On this episode of Just Be, we're talking about what it really takes to master your craft, putting in the work, starting from the ground up and owning every step. My guest today has done it all behind the mic, in front of the camera, and she carries a family legacy that brought the Hindustani flute to the world stage. This is Just Be. I'm Brinta. Let's get into it. Shruti, welcome to the show. I've been looking forward to this. You've done so many interesting things. I am so glad to have you here.
So many nice things you said. You started your career as a voiceover artist. How did that happen? How did you get into that? It didn't start with voiceover. So I started post my mass comm post-grads. I got a job as a news anchor on a very small little cable TV channel in Mumbai. And I worked as a news anchor in a channel where there was absolutely no production crew. I was my own production, I was my own makeup artist, I was my own scriptwriter, but I learned a lot. Through that I realized that yes, I could play with voices. And when I worked with a bigger company, like Times of India, I learned along the way because I was appointed as one of those interns who would organize those tapes and organize them in the library. So I just worked my way up, and I used to work with my colleague who was also my namesake. I learned a lot from her, and that's where the voice over love came, and I started doing voiceovers for these small little Bollywood news episodes.
I love that. You were basically a one-woman production. It's a perfect example of how really mastering any skill comes with a very steep learning curve. Just having the attitude that you will figure it out and make it work as you go along. So I am curious, after all that, what inspired you to start everything you do with cooking and recipes now? You're bringing back old traditional forgotten recipes, and you've got your own brand, the Tingling Palette. How did that journey begin?
When I moved to Singapore, I thought, why not bring in all the skills that I had into my own cooking show where I voiced it, I scripted it, I produced it, and I edited it. It was that moment where I realized that, okay, this is how I will bring this together, and I will try to put in everything that I have into one channel, and that was Tingling Palette.
What was the inspiration behind cooking and recipes?
I've always watched my grandmother cook amazing meals for us. I used to watch her patiently grind batters and chutneys and pickles and the things that she cooked for us, the fresh fish, sitting in her garden, plucking those fresh fruits and just pickling them as simply with salt and chili powder and just savoring all these things with my cousins.
That's incredible. You found your passion for cooking very early on. I have to ask, now that you're bringing traditional recipes to a modern audience, is there anything you're conscious of, whether they would perceive it as overly complicated or outdated?
I just wanted to bring in all these small little things and joys that I have had eating those things, and I wanted to bring in those recipes for the newer generation because they've forgotten all of these things. They feel that cooking these very time consuming, but technology with cooking has come really, really far ahead. So I'm trying to simplify these recipes for our generation and our younger kids too, so they can cook and they can eat all of this when they grow up.
So what is your favorite food in Singapore?
Nasi lemak. It's simple to look at, but super yum.
And what is your favorite recipe to cook?
My favorite recipe would be the patoli, which is steamed rice pancake stuffed with jaggery and a coconut mixture, which is steamed in turmeric leaves.
The nasi lemak and the paturi. I have been fortunate enough to share both of these dishes with you and love them equally. Shruti, your grandfather was Pannalal Ghosh, and he played such a pivotal role in Hindustani classical music. He brought the flute to a concert stage. What's the story there?
So my great-grandparents, they were born and raised in Bangladesh then, and no, Bangladesh now, sorry, and they moved to Mumbai for work. So Pannalal Ghosh, my great-grandfather, is known as father of Hindustani flute because he got the flute to a concert stage, and now whoever is playing flute in the world is thanks to him because Otherwise, it would not have been recognized as an instrument uh, worthy of stage. And my father also took up music, and but he unfortunately passed away really early. The fame and the heritage and the culture is all in the family.
I love hearing about this sort of legacy, whether it's through fame or a really deep-rooted passion for something, and how it's passed down through generations and still acts as a guiding star. So, Shruti, what has been your journey with music?
Technically, I don't have a very prominent musical journey. I really did not take up music that seriously after my dad passed away because there always has to be a godfather who pushes you through and through of all of these things. I took music a little more seriously when I came to Singapore, and I thought that I just need to learn and unlearn a lot of things in music.
Hearing everything you share, it's clear you've carved out your own path while still carrying forward such a rich musical legacy. So, who is your favourite band?
Oh my God, my favorite band. One band that my husband Karthik has always listened to has been Agam. They are a Carnatic rock band. They're classically trained musicians playing progressive rock. The lead singer Harish being a very noted vocalist.
Harish Sivaramakrishnan. So, for anybody who's not watching this on YouTube, we have a few surprise snippets throughout this episode and the others. So, click on over and see what we've got happening there. And this is a perfect note to end on. Shruti, this has been so much fun. Thank you for having a chat with me. And that's a wrap. Turning skills into something of your own takes so much more than just talent. It takes follow through and a willingness to experiment. This episode was full of fresh perspectives on building without a blueprint. I'm Brinta. Follow along. I can't wait to share more of the conversations I've been having.